Gentlemen.
Have you ever wondered what are those straight lights that come out of some of our superheroes' eyes in the movies? No, they're called optical beams. So today, we'll look at the progression of this ultimate weapon from 1980 to the present. In order to pique the audience's interest, we are going to begin our journey with a movie that has used an optical laser beam for the very first time. The 1980 The Superman movie was released and portrayed actress Sarah Douglas as Ursa, who's one of the Kryptonian villains that takes over the world. She appears in both the 1978 film Superman and the 1984 film Superman 2. The character Ursa has heat vision, which is a superpower possessed by Kryptonians and Daxamites when exposed to the yellow sun. It's the ability to release enormous amounts of solar energy warehoused within the body through the eyes and focus beams of heat. It was the first movie to use optical laser beams. In the movie, the characters like General Zod and Non also had heat vision. And in 1987, Superman 2, one of Superman's many powers was heat vision, an ability to store solar energy in his eyes and emit it in fiery optic blasts, which were graphically depicted as lasers. In 1984, the movie Supergirl with Helen Slater, who has super strength and X-ray vision and various other qualities, comes to Earth in search of an Omegahedron, a spinning paperweight that has magical powers. She can fly with super speed, which she can also use on foot, similar to Superman in The Flash. Also, like Superman, Supergirl possesses keen senses, super breath, freeze breaths, and multiple forms of supervision, including X-ray, infrared, and telescopic. The film was released in the United Kingdom on July 19, 1984, and in the United States on November 21, 1984, but failed to impress critics and audiences. The Meteor Man is a 1993 American superhero comedy film written by, directed, co-produced, and starring Robert Townsend. It's one of the earliest superhero films to showcase an African American in a starring role. In this movie, the character Jefferson Reed is convinced to use his superpowers like laser vision to help the communities. In 1998, Charmed, a movie where three sisters discover that they're descendants of a line of female witches and that they're destined to fight against the forces of evil using their combined power of witchcraft. The demon Javna used the evil eye to steal the life force from the young and restore his youth. Javna used the evil eye to boost his power, firing red beams from his eyes into the eyes of his victims. Coming to the 2000s, the character Cyclops from the movie X2, X-Men United, released in the year 2002, can emit laser beams of red from his eyes, which can destroy anything and everything he wants. He can briefly bypass his mental block and control his powers, although he reveals that his control is waning and temporary with the help of Emma Frost. G-Girl, Jenny Johnson, is a superheroine from the romantic comedy film My Super Ex-Girlfriend, released in 2006. G-Girl is played by Uma Thurman, blonde superheroine G-Girl, after being exposed to radiation from a crashed meteorite as a teenager, received the powers of flight, superhuman strength, speed, heightened senses, invulnerability, super breath, and heat vision. Coming to Deadpool of X-Men Origins, released in 2009, he's portrayed as a character who received copies of Wolverine's and Cyclops' powers, along with Wraith's teleportation and Bradley's technopathy. The reason Deadpool can use the optic blast is that he lacks the trauma that Scott received. In 2013, character Zod from Man of Steel 2 had the power to emit laser beams. Some characters that had the same powers in the 2015 movie lists were Deathbolt of The Flash, Supergirl, Non, and Bizarro of the movie Supergirl. Coming to 2016 with the doomsday of Batman 5, Superman, Lex Luthor created him as a monstrous creature in an attempt to kill Superman. A Mazo, or anti-meta-human adaptive zootomic organism, was an artificial intelligence robot created by Ivo Laboratories with the ability to duplicate an individual's physiological capabilities of the Flash in 2018. Manta had the skill to emit high-intensity lasers that he aims through his eye ports of the Aquaman in 2018. Superboy, the character, is created as a clone made from the DNA of Superman and Lex Luthor, and Crypto, Connor's pet dog, a Titans member and a former test where the dog had superpower of Titans in 2019. Brandon Breyer of Brightburn is a reversal of the typical Superman story. Brandon is an extraterrestrial who's sent to Earth with the threatening intentions of taking it over in 2019, and Cyclops from Dark Phoenix in 2019. From the period 2020 to the present day, several movies have been released with the same superpower. Baby from The Boys, where Baby is portrayed to have the ability to emit the rays through eyes in 2020. Kano from Mortal Kombat in 2021, where Kano's signature laser eye is his main power. Darkseid from Justice League, where Superhuman's heat vision may not be handy as Darkseid's Omega beams, but his heat vision tears through anything in its path, and it's extremely dangerous in 2022. Jack from The Flash in 2021. Utopia from Jupiter's Legacy in 2021, he can fly, has the powers of telekinesis, and he can also shoot energy beams from his eyes. Icarus of Eternals, his powers include flying, superhuman strength, and projecting cosmic energy beams from his eyes in 2022, and he's considered the strongest. The growth of optical beams in movies and television brought about a new path to the entertainment industry, especially in movies. From Superman of 1980 to Superman of 2022, the power he had remained the same, but what we experience is not the same. Regrettably, Superman Returns suffered at the box office and couldn't reach $400 million worldwide. The movie tapped out at $200 million at the domestic box office, far below its reported $270 million production budget, thereby suffering a loss. From the 1980s to the present, we've seen many heroes and villains. What we appreciate is that the power is not just limited to heroes, even the villains too had it. From 1980 to 2000, we have gone through many heroes and villains with the same supernatural power throughout the spanning years. In most cases, the hero with laser vision is considered the most powerful. In some movies, the heat vision is in red, and in some it's blue. There is no reason regarding it, but the most likely explanation is that a blue flame is hotter than a red one. So, this is to emphasize the intensity of the heat. The main difference we can tell between the 1980s and 2022 as an audience is the visual quality and use of graphics. The plot of the movies is from comic to thriller. The technology which was present in 1980 is different from what we have today, and we can feel the improvement in the technology from watching the movies themselves. The journey of the optical beam never stood still. Technological advancement brought a new world to the movies. After the introduction or use of optical beams, the movie started to become a visual treat to the audience with more and more supernatural heroes to fight the evils. Heat vision, energy beams, laser vision, whatever the name be, all those superpowers are optical beams. Technology with its advancement has conquered audiences from around the world. Did you know that in the year 2018, Forbes published an article stating shooting lasers from your eyes almost like Superman is now a reality? Scientists have been developing a technology that could actually shoot laser vision from our eyes. No? So if this becomes successful, just imagine. One day when we wake up, we have this superpower and we begin to use it in our daily lives like a stonemason using his laser power to shape the stone. Hilarious, right?